Are you finding that when you're playing that you're starting to really think about, oh, you know, if I don't score on this hole, I'm not going to get my, you know, my amount of points that I, you know, can get. I'm not going to get my 2 points or 3 points, or, you know, I might wipe the hole. And you start thinking about what might happen, and then you start taking the focus on the actual shot that you've got to play, and then everything seems to fall apart and you don't know why. Well, that's what we're going to be looking at today. I'm going to show you a way in which you can overcome that, and I'm really excited to share that with you. So don't go anywhere, I'll be with you very shortly. Hey there, Tiffany, Mika here, the lady golf teacher. Welcome to today's tip. So what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be sharing with you a way in which you can overcome this feeling, right? Because it can be really overwhelming and it can be incredibly stressful, and you know, when you're not getting the results that you really want, there's really a reason behind that, which I'll share with you in a minute. But when you're not getting those results, you get you get very worked up. It does affect you big time. It affects the way you play. It affects how you, when you're finished, you know, you're really upset about it. You take it with you, you go home, that's all you're thinking about. And especially if you're a real golf addict, you know, you can't sleep at night because you're thinking about it. And then when you actually are then ready to go out and play on the course again, you still carry it with you, right? So I want to make sure that you're not getting into that space. Now, when we first start playing golf, yes, we have these experiences of, you know, we go through this learning and all that, and then we discover how mental the game becomes. Now, when you start discovering how mental the game becomes, this is when you've got to start really working on this, right? I'm a big fan of actually doing it from the word go. But a lot of people find that, you know, when they're first starting, it's just getting the skills in place. Yes, incredibly important, but we need to make sure this is in check as well, okay? Now, the thing that I'm seeing a lot of, and I don't want to, I want to help, right? I don't want it to continue for people, because I do see it a lot, I hear it a lot, and I want to make sure that, you know, there's a way in which you can overcome this. So, in order for you to be able to overcome this anxiety, this feeling, there's going to be two things. One is going to meditate. Now, you don't have to do this and stand on a, you know, or sit on a seat and go, okay, that's not the type of meditation that I'm talking about. That's, that you might be thinking that's a bit woo-woo. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. And then the second thing is using that meditation tool that I'm going to share with you, and then implementing it into what you're actually doing when you're actually playing, okay? Now, what I mean by meditate really is, it's as simple as this. It's basically what you want to do is set a timer on your phone. You know, they've all got timers on them and so on, or an alarm or whatever. And I want you to start just by doing 2 minutes, because what I'm finding is a lot of golfers who I work with and who I see and what I hear and all of that, is that they're really struggling to maintain focus. They're worrying about what the possible result might be. You know, like they might be trying to chip the ball up onto the green, and they're worrying about what might happen. And the thing is they're actually not present and in the moment of what they've actually got to do right now, not playing the shot, right? So we'll talk about that in a minute. But what I want you to do here in the form of meditation, this is just going to help you focus better. Okay, so this is what you're going to do, right? So we've got our timer set. Now what we're actually going to do here is I want you to sit down, sit your shoulders back, don't lie down, sit down, sit your shoulders back, and then I want you to set the timer, hit the go button, right, start button, and then I want you to close your eyes. Now what I want you to do is I want you to breathe in for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, breathe out for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what you will find that when you start training, okay, we're training this, right? So what you start finding is when you start training this is going to help you what we're going to do up here, okay? Now you need to learn how to do this, because by you starting to learn how to focus, and all we're doing here is we're focusing on the breathing for how long? 2 minutes, that's right. It's going to teach you to become aware and actually what's going on in the moment. It takes some time. So especially the first week, maybe 2 weeks, you might want to do it for 2 minutes. Then you want to up it to 3 minutes, right? And then you want to do it to 4 minutes. Get it up to about 5 minutes and see if you can do that. Because you'll find that this will actually start helping you concentrate better when you're standing over the ball. Now if we go over to the ball, so I'll come up here. Now if we're standing over the ball and you've been meditating, right, you've been working on the concentration practice, okay, what we're going to do here is when we stand over the ball, then by you concentrating and focusing on your breathing technique, what you're actually going to be doing is you'll be able to transfer that into what you do here when you stand over the ball to chip, okay? So if we come up to the ball and we go to chip, because we're focused so much on learning how to focus, we're going to keep our mind here on what we're going to do here. So we're going to play the shot regardless of what happens up there. Now what happens up there is we start worrying about what might happen to the ball, and that's what happens to a lot of golfers, is they actually, you know, they actually get really freaked out about what might happen to the ball, like the ball might run too far over, might pull too short, all that kind of stuff, right? So we want to make sure that all you're focusing on is, no matter what happens to the ball, right, no matter what the result is, that you're focusing on playing the best possible shot you can here. Right, it's really, really important. So I'll just come back up here. So if we were to do a chip shot, now remember, I'm not focused on the actual hole, right? All I'm focused on is playing the shot. So when I stand over the ball, if I take a nice deep slow breath and I just perform the shot, right, the ball does whatever the ball does, but it's showing that I'm focused here, right? And that's the point that I want to get across to you today, is don't worry about what's happening down at the hole, the fear of making a mistake. Because if you have a fear of making a mistake, guess what? The mistake is going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen, right? So I want you to make sure that when you're standing over the ball, because you're going to do some concentration practice, right? So we're going to work on that meditation of breathing, very, very simple exercise. Then I want you to start working on, okay, now what can I do when I stand over the ball? Can I focus staying over the ball and breathe through, back, breathe in when you take the club back, breathe out when you come through, and just take your time, let the shot happen and let go of the final result. If you can start learning to let go of the final result and start feeling your stroke better, you're actually going to get better results, okay? So that's what I wanted to share with you today. I do see it a lot. I find it quite concerning that a lot of people are not aware of this, and this is really going to help change and revolutionize your golf game to you performing better, helping that concentration. I want you to let go of the final result, okay? I want you to stay in the moment and play the shot the best possible way that you can at that moment in time. Now, in order for you to do that, you've got to start doing that concentration training, okay? Very, very simple technique, all right? So I hope you enjoyed that. I'd love it if you could leave a comment down below and share with me what you like best about what you saw today. That'd be absolutely awesome. And come and visit me at www.theladygolfteacher.com.au. You know where to find me. I'm Tiff, the Lady Golf Teacher. And remember this, tee it high, let it fly. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.